Hello everyone. Happy Tuesday to everyone. I have been very busy today buying birthday presents, which is the whole reason I am on here today. I have my youngest, not my eldest, my youngest Owen turning 17 in a couple of days, and I thought I have to make a birthday card. I was picking up the last birthday gift today, which is one of the couple of stops I had to make today, and I went, let's make his birthday card together. So join me on this fun journey, because I only have a rough idea in my head, so you guys are going to help me with the final product. My name is Woodbridge. I am an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in Australia. My screen is flipped. Freaks me out on Facebook every time. So thank you so much for joining me today. I sell Stampin' Up products here in Australia, and I come on here to show you how I use some of the products, or the products that I own, to make cards. Hello Ethel, hello Donna, and hello Margine. How are you all today? As you're coming in, I'd love you to say hi, whether you're on YouTube, on Facebook, or seeing me for the very first time. Hey Carol, hey Donna. Don't forget to make sure you're liked and subscribed and following my pages, so you can see more content from me, and hopefully have some more people find us and join us. So just a little bit of an ad before we get into the stamping. We have a couple of things happening this month. Oh, that's okay. All interaction's good interaction, Ethel. You are here enough that I know that wasn't meant, so you are fine. We have the starter kit plus promotion. So this is for anyone whose wish list is a little bit long, and you're there going, how am I going to get all these products? Well, you can get for $169 $283 worth of your choice of product, and then you, by becoming a demonstrator, you don't have to start anything despite it being called a starter kit. You can get an additional 20% off any future purchases that you do as a Stampin' Up demonstrator. So it is a great way to initially get some awesome free product. $283 for $169 is awesome. You then get 20% off your Stampin' Up products, and you join the demonstrator community, which is an amazing place to be. Everyone is pouring in today. Hello Corinne, hello Diane, and hello Deb. So this is going till the end of the month. One of the awesome perks of being a demonstrator, and it's one of my favorite things despite my amazing team and my demonstrator friends, is that we get to get our hands on new stuff early. Now the fitting florets is a brand new collection that is coming to customers on the 1st of November, as you can see from the top here. And we can get it now, so you can get part of this collection in your starter kit. So in your starter kit you can get the collection. You can just do this for yourself. There is no penalty if you don't keep anything up. You just lose a discount and you go back to being a customer. So if you want to see more of the fitting florets, I did do an unboxing and we made a card together. We made a card together at the end of last week. So on Thursday, that video is on YouTube. Now that's it. That's all I've got. Sorry, I need to take a drink. I was having some food before I came on. Thought I was fine, and obviously I need to have a drink. Not because I'm going to cough. Yeah, it's all good. Something's always happening in this house, I swear. Today, I came across something yesterday. This is the card we made together for Owen's birthday last year. So he's now turning 17, and I saw someone, Vanessa, on my World Card Making Day Zoom. She played with the baby wipe technique, and I had one of my dear friends in the US on my World Card Making Day Zoom with me, which was fantastic to just hang out and craft. Hey Janelle. And she went, "What's that technique?" And I went, "It's the baby wipe technique." And I said, "Would you like me to show you this baby wipe technique in a video?" And Bonnie said, "Yes, please." So that's why I'm on here today. Cheryl, can you please tell Bonnie I'm live? I know she's not popped in yet. I haven't seen her name pop up. So just make sure she's live so then she can see this. So I thought the watercolor shapes stamp set would work really, really well with the baby wipe technique. I also loved the wishing you the happiest of birthdays from the Charming Sentiment stamp set, and there are matching dies that go with this, and we have a mystery empty box. This is, we're going to use this as part of our technique. So this is an old beaten up stamp box, and we will use this. So I'm going to flip around, and I'm also going to get up my replay screen here. If I go to live, now I'm going to do something that I never do first. I've made sure I'm muted, so that's good. Awesome. Got the replay screen up, and I can see comments, which is fantastic. Okay, except it seems as though my replay video is paused. So let me see if okay, much better, much better. So let's flip around. I do have my water here. We'll make sure, turn off my overhead light. I'm going to shut my door because I swear we are going to be interrupted today. So I'm just going to shut the door because Lavender and Mum are out shopping again for formal outfits, just as a last check. So I know they're going to come through the door while we're card making, and I don't want the interruption today. Hello, Julie. How are you? So how was everyone's weekend? I managed to make my 3 cards for class, which isn't next weekend. It's the weekend after. I am totally organized. I don't know how I did that, but would you guys, do you guys like seeing sneak peeks of class cards? Like in a sneak peek photo or something like that. Do you like seeing those sneak peeks? Because I can organize one. Oh, I think I just need to slide that along just a titch. Let's see if we can, oh, we can Zoom today, girls. Woohoo! Facebook's being nice. Just shutting the door down. Whoop, turned off all the lights. Okay. Woohoo. Okay. Look at this. Facebook's being awesomely nice, although I feel I'm zoomed in too far. Is it going to let me zoom out? Zoom in, zoom out, zoom in. Oh, let's just leave it there. I just felt it was a little too far before. But anyway, we're going to leave it like this. Hopefully everyone can see. So the baby wipe technique, I'm not doing anything with stamps yet. The baby wipe technique is actually very, very simple. You need 2 things. You don't technically need a stamp box, but you need some re-inkers. So I grabbed out my Brights re-inkers. These are the old wood mount boxes that we unfortunately can't get anymore, but they do house the colour range for that perfectly. And we need baby wipes. So re-inker baby wipes and a container or a plate or something that is non-porous, because we are going to be putting a fair bit of colour on here. Now I have thick baby wipes and I am still going to use 2. So I'm going to lay one out and I'm going to get another one out. And then I am probably going to fold it in, am I going to fold it in half? Okay, I'm going to fold it to be the size of this, because I do have some, oh, do you know what I could do? I could fold one that way, because we're being a bit cool here. No, we're not being cool, we're just trying to get it right. So if I fold one way, fold one the other, then I have equal sides. Now yes, these do have little sheep on them. The sheep, the indents of the sheep will be gone. They are just standard baby wipes. These even happen to be fragranced, but they are alcohol free. Okay, cool, thank you. Hello Bobby and Bonnie, how are you? Feel free to type away. So I have my little mat of baby wipes. Now I have to choose some colours. Now this is Owen, his favourite colour is blue, so I kind of chose the Brights because we have some really nice blues. We have Bobby's favourite, Coastal Cabana, and then my other friend, my friend Rose's favourite, Bermuda Bay, which actually happens to be the colour of my cupboards. We do have a more truer blue in Pacific Point, so that's a nice collection of blues. And I was thinking orange is always nice, so I was thinking some Mango Melody, and that's 4 colours enough? Yes, the technically no, it doesn't have to be a baby wipe, Bobby, but this is kind of sorry Cheryl, I missed that. It's, if you used a cloth or something, you'd waste a cloth. And I've done it with nothing but the baby wipe technique, and it's called the baby wipe technique because I'm assuming you need a baby wipe because it's damp. We're not using a wet one. It is a damp baby wipe. If I feel I need another colour, I'd probably go Granny Apple Green if I added anything else, but I think I'm going to stick with 4 colours. It's called the baby wipe technique for a reason, guys. But I'm thinking paper towels, they have a texture to them. See, I can't even see the sheep now, there's nothing there. So what I am going to do is to add random dots all over the baby wipe. It's really hard. Very, very hard, very complicated. Hello, Miss Bonnie. I know you've been watching with Bobby, so that's okay. So I'm just going to add them. I'm not being very particular because I want it to be a bit random and a bit random, but we will need them to kind of, we won't want, it helps if they're not going directly kind of because these are these are best friends. The Coastal Cabana and the Bermuda Bay, they're best friends in the colours. So you can see here we're getting less and less white space. So we have 2. And if they do meld, like I think this one here or a couple of them have 2 colours in it, it's very technical, Jenny. Absolutely, it's so technical. You can see I'm using all my brain power here. Now I'm being a titch more strategic now that I've got 2 colours there. I am just really trying to hit those blank spaces whilst leaving colour and whilst leaving space for our Mango Melody. I don't know that. And you can use this over and over. So when I watched my friend Vanessa do it the other day, she closed the stamp case, went on with another project, and then came back to it later in the day and did some more stamping with it. So, and then the ink had just moved and melded together even more, which looked really, really cool. Hey Peggy, how are you? Now I have to scroll back to see, since Cheryl said she asked a question. I don't know that it'd work with wet paper towels. Sorry, Cheryl, I did miss that question. Hopefully you were safe, Peggy, from all of the, was it a hurricane? Because we call it a cyclone. But hopefully you were safe during the recent storms and happenings in that part of the world. Hopefully you're on the right side of Florida, because I know it wasn't all of Florida that was affected. So you can see here we've got a couple of different color profiles. So wherever we stamp, it won't be the same. I think we're almost looking good. You can see everything just coming together. And I think right here, I do want a drop of Pacific Point. Just right there. And maybe one just right there. And maybe another one just right there. Okay, that is my blue one. I think we're looking pretty good. I'm pretty happy. And look, I still have a clean work surface, which is even more amazing, because that doesn't happen very often. You had winds and a lot of water. Okay, I'm sorry you lost a tree, but it does sound better than a lot of other people. So I'm glad to hear you are all as safe as you can be. So I'm just going to pop this to the side just up here for a second, and I'm just going to grab some basic white paper, and I have a whole wad here that I pre-cut. I found out I had none, so I went gung-ho and I pre-cut a whole lot. I am just going to put this under here. Now, I'm thinking of maybe a collage of shapes, but then I may change my mind and just stamp some specific shapes. So we're just going to have a play now and put these onto blocks. So these are, as you can see from the inside, these are not actually solid. And they're meant like that. They're meant to have that watercolor look, hence the watercolor shapes. They're not meant to be totally solid, which I thought would look really, really good with this. I think that is going to be trying to just get out my bigger shapes, and then I'll work out what smaller shapes I need from there. So I've just got a rectangle, a circle, and a square at this point. So you can see our inks have been working together, and I'm just going to go in there, and we are going to just, let me make sure I run it over my hand so I know the ink is going to pick up. So I can do a little bit of shuffling back and forth, and hopefully you can see that colour on there. That looks so cool. Now, it's not going to be as wet as a normal ink pad, okay? Oh my God. Oh my God, I love that. I think I want, oh my God, I've got to grab a clean baby wipe because I do and somehow got ink around. Okay, just want to get rid of that before it goes kind of everywhere. I don't know where it came from, but we'll keep a wipe, baby wipe around. Okay, I've just grabbed my Stampin' Pierce mat because I am hoping I might be able to get a better impression than that, but I love what we've got so far. And hey, we always could add a spritz of water. And you know what? I just added a little spritz of water just for a little bit more moisture. Okay, let's try this again. Now, thinking we do have our piece of foam under us, and I'm actually going to leave this here for a few more seconds to see and let this ink transfer a little more, and you're going to get a different look every time. Okay, so I'm going to go into a different part now with our circle. Although I do have the block that's kind of getting in the way a little bit. So I'm just kind of going a bit back and forth, and that kind of melds the colours together just a bit as well. Okay, I think I'm wanting that. So I am still on the mat, and that just replicates like having the mat on, or the sponging on our cling stamps. Ooh, I'm liking. What are you guys thinking? Cool, very cool. Love these. Oh, Rose, I was just talking about you before. Loving Bermuda Bay, because I've used yours and Bobby's favourite Stampin' Up colours. I've used Bermuda Bay and Coastal Cabana. Okay, God knows how I got ink under that. But anyway, not sure I'm loving this for what was in my head, but that's okay. Are we loving the design I've got going at this point? Because I kind of want to try something else. Like, I want to try the Rays of Light stamp set, which is a huge stamp set. Okay, and then we could do a sentiment there and a number there. I think I like it. Although that stamp is totally crooked because I can't stamp straight for anything. So you can see this colour is melding together already quite nicely. I think we may have lavender and mum back, and if we do, that was rather quick considering I drove by them on my way home. I love how intense that Pacific point is. Loving how that is looking. And these lighter spaces, just remember they are meant to be these lighter spaces. I'm just going to go in this way and get this section right here. Now I'm not too worried about the colors muddying together as such, because that will happen naturally. They will end up muddying, and that's where you go, this baby wipe has had it, and I'm just going to try another color combination. Okay. What are you guys thinking? You're loving it. Yes, Razor Light, definitely. It could make a very cute Christmas background as well, Rose. You're exactly correct. So I've done these two at the moment, and obviously as you use the ink, it's going to get lighter and lighter. And I will show you the words in this ink as well. I'll show you how that comes out, but I'll use the Razor Light and see how that looks. Now this is a red rubber pling stamp, so it has the sticky pling sticker on the back, and I'm going to show you one of my very, very filthy blocks. I use this block as a weight, basically. I use it as a weight when I'm trying to stick things down on my cards, and I use my big blocks, which are perfect for this, but that's what I use it for. So I'm just going to make sure I have a card front ready, and I'm going to ink it up, pop it back down like this, and put the piece of paper over it. So let's see how we go here. Just go a bit of up and down, a bit of side to side. Okay, well, there's bits of that not covered. So let's try that again. That looks much better. And my piece of paper, just like that, and I am going to pop scrap on the top, and I'm just going to use my hands to apply the pressure, and this way I'm not transferring ink onto my hands. So we're just experimenting to see what comes out and what we actually like. So I think this technique works better with more solid stamps. And this one has texture to it, but it is really solid. Okay. The moment of truth. Oh, look at that. Oh, I think this is going to be the birthday card. That looks amazing, and we're actually now starting to get some tinges of green from the Mango Melody into the blues. I love, 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 love that. Oh, thank you, Cheryl. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Great technique, thank you. So which one do we go with? I'm definitely thinking the Rays of Light. I think I would just stamp some individual ones of these now and then just use them as shapes, and I can collage those up. I'm just going to put that stamp to the side. So this is kind of what I'm thinking now. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, sorry, Bobby. Thank you for advertising, Bobby. Yes, if you're in Australia and you would like any of these products, except for the baby wipe, you can grab them on my store. I am thinking, oh no, that has a good amount of ink. So I'm just going to stamp this. Now we do have to give this stamp some grace, that it isn't meant to be a full image stamp. Like, it does have that watercolor look to it. So I am giving it plenty of opportunity for as much of the ink that is going to transfer. Really, really loving these, but I think I'm loving them as separate pieces, not necessarily as a collage. Yes, I can fit another one there, and I'm not cleaning it in between, and that's okay. That will go there nicely, and I will grab out that sentiment and we will give that a try after I do a couple of circles. So I'm thinking of using, this is what I'm thinking. I don't know that a sentiment in this will look like really, really good, but I'm thinking if we use the darkest of the colors, which is Pacific Point, that would tie everything really well. It will tie everything together really, really well. So you can use your own color combinations. You just have to be aware, the more colors you add, the more brown you can go. So as I said, these colors will eventually muddy up. And that's okay. Oh, that one didn't do well at all, and I think that was my inking up. There we go. I can see the ink going on really well now. So I saw all that ink move. And I can tell, oh, I'm getting a really, really light impression with this now. So I may just add, that was high spritzing. So I wasn't going close, that was just high spritzing to add a little bit more moisture. Now, it would be best to use distilled water, but because we aren't actually going to be keeping this, I can get away with just using my tap water, Cheryl. So don't get cross, please. No, they're still really quite light, but that's okay. I have also used it a number of times. This technique worked really well with the tie-dye background stamp that's in the current catalogue. That looked so beautiful. Okay, so I've just got some really, really light circles there. So I'll pop these down to the side here because I won't be using them again, and I can clean them off later. So we've used the watercolor shapes. We have also used the Rays of Light, and as I said, I'm definitely going with this image because I just adore it. Because I read your mind, Cheryl. I read your mind. So if this was something more permanent, it does, doesn't it? Although Owen's getting a Transformer Lego set and a medieval Crusaders helmet, like one you actually wear for his birthday. So yes, I went to pick up the helmet this morning. That was my job. Oh, I know it's a bit dangerous to be in your head, Cheryl. I'm never there for long. Don't worry, never there for long. Now I'm just going to grab a scrap for this. I don't need my card front sizes. I think I just need... No, that's not going to be long enough, but I certainly do have long enough and wide enough scraps here. So we may even do this sentiment a few times. So we've got, it's only scrap, it's only paper, guys. So never stress too much because it is only paper and ink, and it's paper crafting. It's not rocket science. It's not anything like that. It's just stamp, ink and paper. Now, I don't know that I got ink on everything here. No, I didn't. Okay. Well, I dropped the block in there. It's okay. Do a bit of down, bit of pouncing. That looks better. So I can definitely see that tie-dye. It's not coming up as well as I would like. So I think I'm definitely just going to go now into my Pacific Point. It looks good, but it's not what I'm after for Owen. So I just want to show you what it looks like. And I think I've made this a little too wet to use on our Whisper White, so I can see, or our basic white, I can see in stamping these, the paper has swelled, and that's not what I want. So just be aware that if you do over wet that, now I'm not worried about all the extra colours on this because I'm going into such a strong colour, being the Pacific Point. Now, a black would work really, really well, but I'm sticking with the Pacific Point because we've got like these ocean colours. Now, that just stamped perfectly. Very happy with that. Now, I would like to add a 16 as well. And I do have numbers here in the alphabet. So that is another stamp set I will play with in just a second, but I just want to put this ink pad off to the side. I don't know if I will use it again. What I do want to do, I'm just going to close this for the moment and pop it aside so I don't put my hand in it. Make sure, I've got a little bit of rogue ink, but it shouldn't be anywhere where I will touch anything. So I think I'm going to take 1/2 centimetre off there, because unfortunately they're not quite sized nicely for Australian card sizes. Their background stamps are perfect for US A2 cards, but not the rest of the world's A2 cards. But that's okay. I've just made the mat. It's now 1.5 centimeters smaller. I am thinking though, I could put a Mango Melody circle from this. I could just put a straight. Right. Yes, it's going to work. I just need to grab my Mango Melody ink and we're going to stamp that circle right there like they were made. Oh, sorry, a 17. Yes, Cheryl, I do not. I've got the 16 card in my head because I was adulting and doing life admin last night, and I was sorting out the massive pile of paperwork that I did have in my in tray, and I've now sorted that because a lot of it was just general filing because the stuff's kind of being dealt with naturally. So yes, that's going to look good, but I think I'm going to want it stamped off. So I'm just going to go straight in here with this. Awesome! Oh my god, how did I line that up so well, guys? Please tell me how. I'm going to have lots of cleaning of ink pads at the end of this. Now, do I try... That sentiment just fell on the ground. Now, I broke the rule of me putting single stamps onto here because these are so tiny. I haven't. Oh, I've already used a 7. That's right. I did my dad's 70th birthday card, and I need the one which I've also used. I'm kind of thinking of putting the 17 in the middle of here, and I can test it on this piece first. So just put that there, and I'm thinking Coastal Cabana. We'll see how it looks, you know, bringing back in those colors that we've already used, because if you use them once, you're going to reinforce the use of the colors by using them again. So obviously I'm going to have a colored card. Actually, I may not have a colored card base, but definitely a white card base may work really well, but we will just wait and see. So we're going to do a bit of a test with this and see. Okay, so it's stamping well. I just got that on my hand. It is no longer there. Yes, I just did lick the ink off my hand. Okay. This is looking okay. The 17 is likely going to go in the sun. Yeah, it's not helpful when the ink pad's actually on, except for when I do that. Okay, that works. But I definitely think, hey Georgiana, how are you? Hang on. I swore I saw Georgiana's name. But I'm not going to tell you what I read Gorgeous and thought I saw Georgiana. But if Georgiana watches the replay, hey. Okay, please pray. Okay. We can do this. This isn't the card I was planning, thinking about. No, not at all. Nowhere near it. Okay, right. Oh my God. Oh my God. Loving it. I'm just picking up the sentiment off the floor. Okay, I didn't get any floor crap off the floor. I almost don't want to add anything else. Oh my God. I'm going to cut this out to see how it looks anyway. I'm just going to start closing some ink pads though. And I can see I got a lot of ink on the sentiment block right next to me. See, a lot of ink. So I could see myself getting ink kind of everywhere. But that's a sign. I am a girl, Cheryl. Newsflash, I'm a girl who lives with more testosterone. Oh, no, there are three of us. Louisa, does Louisa count? Oh, I dropped my plates into an awkward space where I can't grab them. Okay, so plates here, machine here. We have to find the dies. Oh, my die box. My die box, if anyone wants to know, there is actually zero order to the die box other than I use the dies and they go back in the front of the box. That is the order, and I don't know why that's there, but guess what? That is the dies that I want. I think I was going to do something for class with the Christmas tree. Oh, shush. Oh dear, there's been a bit of a craft lunch. Just a little bit of one. Okay. Please bear with. Oh, I'm glad, Bonnie. It's trial and error. Not everything is going to work, but for a couple of drops of re-inker, and really, I haven't used that much of the bottles. It's just re-inker. So why not do it? I'm thinking this die here is the one that goes with this. I actually just had a really cool thought from something I just saw on Stampin' Up's Instagram. So you can see that fits perfectly. So we will get a nice little cut there. And I'm going to snip away the excess because I'm not going to use those, and that is okay. Okay, scissors away, mini machine, because we're just using a little die, so we don't need the big machine. Cutting. So I do have a cutting and a non-cutting blade. That is the way I choose to manage my plates. Okay, now if you were you and not me, you may want to use a little bit of tape to secure this, but hey, you're not me. So we're just going to wing it totally and sandwich. Oh, it moved the tinsiest of bits. No, it's back down. Oh, no, there we go. I got it back. We're going to not breathe and pray. How did that cut? Oh, almost perfect. That's pretty goddamn close to perfect, if I do say. Just pop that on there for the moment. Recycling plates can just live there for a second. That can go there. This can kind of, obviously, we're using dimensionals. That just goes without question. And I'm loving that this is like, do I nestle it over here or do I put it? No, I don't want to put it up the top, definitely. Where do you think that should go? I'm not doing a poll. I'm just asking, where do you think it should go? And then I'll place it in all different spots around. Thanks, Cheryl. Yeah, we're pulling out all the things today. Okay, so this is where we are in the stamp stakes of things we're using. So I'm just using my offcuts because, hey, I love using them. So using bigger ones in the middle, and then just to support our end friends, we are going to use these minis. Although these are kind of bigger than our normal minis, I feel. Are they? They are, you know. These came from a kit. I have a feeling they're bigger. I don't know now. I don't know. But guess what? It's going to fit there perfectly fine. Okay, so that is all supported. No saggy middles to see. Right where it is, right where you have it, under the 17, close to it. Okay, that's kind of where I was going. So kind of there, but you know where we're all going with this. We now need the sentiment box because I'm pretty sure, no, this is the one we're talking about, but this will also turn into a sample as well, because, no, I know what I'm looking for. This isn't Pacific Point, although I do have some pool party ones up here that would look really nice with the coastal cabanas. So these are the solid faceted gems. Or I've got Tahitian tied ones, which wouldn't look half bad. This technique would look really, really good with the new in colors. And that was my original thought. And then I forgot about it. I totally clear forgot about my original thought. And I never went back to it. What colors are in the fine sparkle? I'll have to grab a catalogue to find out. Because I'm thinking, so 3 choices: faceted gems, matte, or sparkle. Just while I find out what colour that is. Because I know it's in the Gnome Suite. Okay. Just off to the side. I haven't run away. Not on purpose anyway. Page 43. Colours. It's that is actually Pacific Point. So that is a shade of Pacific Point, which is why I'm kind of heading towards these ones. Sparkle, 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 sparkle. Okay, right. And I did kind of confirm that. I'll show you. I'll go back to page 43 and show you what they actually go with. Now, are we adding anything else to this card? Because I am about to throw a spanner in the works, because I did have another stamp set pulled out that says, "You are positively the greatest." So I could put "wishing you the happiest of birthdays," or I could put the 17, "You are positively the greatest." And we're going back to page 43. If it'll go. And this is the gnome, the storybook gnomes. So you can see there's lots of Pacific Point through those papers, and it's gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Do have to pull out that paper again because it's so cute. As it is, Carol. Okay. Right? As it is, it is. Put away Cottage Rose, because we said no to that in the nicest way, of course. And these dies are really, really cool, because you've also got candles and some fireworks and stars and hearts. And yeah, you've got a couple of awesome things here. So you've got the solid for the candle, and then you've got like the flame. So the flames there, they're really cool. Okay, so before, I'm just going to take watercolor shapes out because it's kind of not on this card as such. Card base. I'm going to start with Coastal and go from there. Oh no, that's Bermuda. I don't think Bermuda. I think Bermuda will be kind of our last resort. I think I'm going to really like... Okay. I'm thinking, because this is a larger mat, I can mat it in a colour and then put it on a white card base. What's time? Oh, I can't check the time. Just doing... Oh, we've only been going for an hour, guys. Who are we? Not really sure what's going on. So I think I'm doing like a mat and then the card base, because we did cut it that titch smaller. Bone folder, because no one's stolen it yet. So you're all on your best behaviour today, which I love. And our sparkle gems will be our like final touch. So see how that looks really clean and fun? I don't think I want Pacific Point at all, because we've got quite a lot of it. I think I'm just going to go with that. But I'm going to have to cut into that piece, because that's an actual card base, which isn't helpful. It is cute paper, Rose. The gnome paper's so uber cute. I have to go back and revisit all my friends, as in my paper friends. Okay, so this is, well, it's only a centimetre smaller. It's 9.5. A centimetre smaller. Okay, so I want to go there trust me, it's going to be a small mat. Yeah, that will work perfectly. Now, I just want to check this measurement though. I feel like no, that's right. Okay, so that's right. And then we want to go 9 3/4. Done. Fling that over there. Yeah, Corinne, that actually might work. Oh, I'm so sorry, guys. Is everyone's head okay? Because I literally just dropped the trimmer on you all. So I'm so sorry about that. Right. Everyone okay? Do I need any headache tablets? Okay. I really like your idea of the yellow, Corinne. That's why I did the yellow pop for the sun. And it's nice to know that that watercolor shape does fit like perfectly in there. I'm just going straight ahead and gluing this down. Extra strength for you? Okay, no probs. I'll organise that at the end of the video. Okay. And I still want to do one more thing with our pad before I go. But obviously, I'm on a roll with this card. And I literally just want to get it done. Okay, that's good. Really, really good. Perfect. Then pop it on here because I don't want any dimension as such to the card base, because we've got a lot of movement. And oh, I love that on the white. It just picks up how crisp the colours are, because I got them before they muddied, which is awesome. Great. Look at me going sing-song. That means I really love something. So I'm loving the bulkiness of having the layers. So that's working for me. This. Now, Mango Melody. Let's see what we've got in strips. I don't think I have any big long strips, but I do. Well, maybe. I do have a bit of a strip there, but I'm not sure it's going to work, but you never know until you try. Just colours okay. It's just very there. Now, did you mean as because it's kind of not a blocky? I just feel like it competes with the background. Although a vellum strip may work. Just a little vellum strip. I can see where you're hinting that we may be losing this into the background, where if we used a vellum strip, and we don't even need to use it the whole way, just under the sentiment. I think I like that. Yeah, totally. And because I've used it stamped off for this, and it's just as a hint in there, it's too dark. You're right, Bonnie. Even though it's the right colour, it's the wrong saturation of colour. Oh, thanks, Leslie. I'm glad you like it on a white card base. I'm normally a coloured card base girl, as you all know. But yes, I do like that. So what, how, 20, so if I go 8 centimeters wide, that will be just enough. Now hold on to your heads because the trimmer's moving again. Line that up with 8, close it, snip it. This piece will definitely go in the rubbish now. I think that's the only thing I've thrown into the rubbish. That's pretty impressive. Okay. And look, matching colour coaster bin. That's rather impressive. I know someone out there has a matching coaster bin now. This is one of the things demonstrators can get. Some of the supplies, it comes with 6 coasters. I've just got a singular coaster in the bottom. It's got Stampin' Up logo on it. I do sometimes get it out when I've got a chilled drink. I do just have it to protect my desk. Oh, look at that. That's looking lovely. And my Stampin' seal, which sits perfectly here, because I don't like using wet glue on my vellum because the vellum is prone to buckling with wrong cover, wrong cap. The vellum is prone to buckling when you add moisture. Not ink, but I mean like wet stuff. So I like seeing that little bit of yellow there. Loving. Are we straight? Do you know what? I have a T-square ruler for a reason. Get it out. Not quite. No, it's not straight. Oh, maybe. It's going to stay like that. A man riding by on a horse, and Owen certainly wouldn't notice. Okay, fine sparkle. So we actually have 4 colours in the fine sparkle, but one of the colours is being obscured. So, ta-da! We have coral, papaya, pool party, and our Pacific Point, which perfectly matches with what we already have on the card. So I'm just going to use a couple. We don't need much, but it is definitely going to draw your eye down here. So I am keeping things kind of on the same angle as the rays, and that is really annoying me. I want it more off the edge, so kind of pushes that edge of the vellum down. Come off and play, please. I'm going to nestle one just in there, so creating the connection with overlap. So I've overlapped the vellum here and drawn your eye away and two, and I've just popped this one under here. And of course there is just, there we go, there was a little bit of something there. And then I'm just going to pop another one just up here. Then I kind of want to create the triangle over to here. I'm going to audition it and see what it looks like before I actually... So that's just placed. I don't think it needs it. I'm thinking just because I can't do even numbers with embellishments, it just now stuck to my shirt. Okay, sticking to my finger is much easier to get off than my shirt. Just whack it there. And I may just move this one, although the sticky's stuck. Very carefully get under both of those. And just put that up there. Yep, that's better. Much, much, much better. Much happier. Yes, that just draws your eye to the sentiment, and then you can radiate out from there with the rest. Loving. Loving, loving. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Now, I'm thinking, done the birthday card, but I do want to bring back in our pad of watercolor goodness, our baby wipe technique. So you can see it's melded more and more together now. Because I've wet this quite a bit, I'm going to get some of our watercolor paper, and I have a decent size piece in here. I'm just going to whack it in and see what comes up, because it is a really, really cool texture. So I can see the water coming through this. So if I did this with our normal paper, it would be beading up quite badly. Not too bad. You've also got this seam in it. Not too bad. I did have something, yeah, because I just wanted to get a texture. You can see with the watercolor paper, it's gone straight through. Look, I'm going to give one of our pieces a go, and just our basic white, because it's only paper, and just give it a light little touch, and just see what we get. No, I'd have to put a lot more pressure to get that really, really solid. But definitely, oh, do you know what would look good? These ones. I'm just going to try the tree. I'm going to play with this for hours now. What did I miss? What did I miss? No one will notice if it's off a bit. No, no one will. Only you guys will, because I've actually mentioned it. Oh, do I have? No, this is just going to have to work. Okay, piece of paper. I'm so glad I have all these. This is a reason to have all these things pre-cut. And just going to go straight here. I'm just going to let it sit. I'm slipping off my chair. Oh, that's very, very subtle. It looks very, very pretty. Very, very subtly pretty. Will make a beautiful, beautiful card. So you can see it's wet, but it's dry. Oh, and also this isn't a totally solid texture. It's like the watercolor shapes. It's not totally solid. Okay, had another idea. There's something that is really solid. Okay, last thing. And then I'll get out everything we used, because my tummy is also telling me, oi, it's lunchtime, you need to eat. Oh, look, it's already fallen off. So I've grabbed Vintage Christmas. See if I have one more. Okay, I think I've used almost every block, but let's see how this turns out. Because this is quite solid. Oh, I think I'm going to grab the other one, and I could make a really, really cool glass bottle card with this. Will it fit on here? Yes, it will fit on here. Okay, does anyone want to come and clean all my blocks for me when we're done, please? I'm seeking volunteers who will be paid in love to complete the task. Look how cool that is. Okay, and here, so you're getting lots of different variances. So good. So good. Juicier areas. So I think I'll definitely fit 3 of this one. They're all slightly different. Or it's almost like a glazed pot. That's what's kind of reminding me of. A glazed pot. So these big ones, I'll definitely use these in a project, because these will look wonderful in a project. Maybe even 2, because we've got so many. Oh, I've got a few more comments. Ooh, that's cool. No, I don't need the polymer mat for this, because it's more solid. So there we go, a whole card front full of bottles. I'm really happy. So you definitely want something a little bit more solid, because when we got a little bit, although these still look great, even though we were getting lighter impressions, these still look really, really cool. And I could definitely use them for things. I must have another one somewhere. Oh, yes, I have this one here. So I'll come back another day, and we will definitely use these, but you know how we made this. So we used our baby wipes, and we used our re-inkers. Doesn't matter what re-inkers, but you do just have to be a little bit mindful of colours that go together. So the Mango Melody worked really well with the blues, so we get a little bit of green, and we also get the yellowy orange as well. I'm using one of our empty stamp cases, which you can actually buy in a set of 3 or 4, and I can now keep that for a little longer. and you can refresh it with more ink if you want to get a darker impression. We did try it directly onto a scrap of watercolor paper, and that got an interesting effect. The normal cardstock, I don't know what I'll do with that one. Not quite the effect I was thinking I might get, but the card we did actually make today is Owen's birthday card. So what did we use? Got to get all this stuff out of the way. My word. So I did actually use this one as well. I used the main background is the Rays of Light background, and I showed you how I use it without the Stamparatus, so make sure you go back and check that out. For the sun in the middle of the Rays of Light, I used this Watercolor Shapes. For our sentiment, this is a full stamp set card, my word. For the sentiment, we used Charming Sentiments because we're charming. And for the 17, I used Alpha Best, and that worked really well. Let's see, I might just get a block to put under here to support my friends so they don't fall over. So they are the 4 stamp sets that we've used. Now with the Charming Sentiments, it is bundled with the Sentiment Silhouettes, and we used this one here. We grabbed out the Fine Sparkle because the Pacific Point went with the Pacific Point we used perfectly. So to revisit the colours, now I've got ink on me again and on my desk. To revisit the colours, we used Coastal Cabana, Bermuda Bay, and Pacific Point. Now I think the Bermuda Bay and the Coastal Cabana kind of work as one on there, but they are very complementary. And we use Mango Melody. And of course we've got some green in here because blue and green make blue and yellow make green rather. So that is what I've used today. If you need anything, please don't hesitate to pop over to my shop. Or you like the bottles? Yes, I'll definitely show that. The bottles was Vintage Christmas. So that is available out of the mini catalogue, and it does go with the vintage bottle punch. But for you, Bonnie, that can be my next ID video, and I will think of something really cool. Yes, the photopolymer, I don't always need the matte with photopolymer, but it did work today using the watercolor shapes. It was definitely helpful, definitely helpful. So don't forget, thumbs up if you haven't, and make sure you're subscribed because Facebook and YouTube love to unsubscribe people. So just make sure if you're not getting the normal notifications that you'd expect that you are. And just, I don't think I gave you a close-up look to the card. So you can see those sparkles and the close-up texture. So there is a texture in the Rays of Light stamp, and then you get the texture because of the colours off of the baby wipe. Any questions, please don't hesitate to ask, and I'll see you on Thursday over on YouTube for my next video. Bye. Hi, Ali. Bye, Ali.